Good evening and welcome. Governor Malloy and other state and federal officials. Our United States congressional delegation could not be here tonight because Congress is in session. But I know that Senator Blumenthal and Representative Hines have sent members of their office to attend, and I thank them for that. Families and friends of the victims from 9/11, the family of Stanford's Brian Bill, a Navy SEAL, who along with other Navy SEALs and U.S. servicemen lost their lives last month serving in Afghanistan while attempting to rescue 4 of their colleagues who were under attack. Firefighters, law enforcement, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, volunteers, and fellow citizens. We gather this evening to extend our deepest gratitude to Connecticut's first responders and volunteers who courageously served our country on September 11, 2001, and in the days, weeks, and months that followed. We thank you for doing everything you could to save lives and improve lives in the aftermath of the attacks on the World Trade Center. We thank you for your demonstration of bravery and sacrifice. And we thank you for proving the basic goodness of mankind in the face of evil. In the hours and days after the attacks, most Americans sought solace in the safety and comfort of their homes and with their families. As shock and disbelief turned to fear and anger, along with an overwhelming sense of loss and sadness, you, our first responders and volunteers, did not hesitate to act. In the face of horrific devastation, you, Connecticut's firefighters, police officers, EMTs, paramedics, and volunteers, did what comes naturally to you. You leapt into action. You were not deterred by the considerable danger that was everywhere. You did not think about your own personal well-being, comfort, or needs. Instead, you overcame obstacles and moved toward, not away from the devastation. As quickly as you could, for as long as you could, with only one purpose in mind: to help others. Of course, we know well that the lives saved by the initial first responders came at a tremendous cost of the loss of so many lives. 343 New York City firefighters, 37 Port Authority police officers, 23 NYPD officers, and others. Through their and your heroic actions, you gave us, your fellow citizens, a sense of order. We saw you helping, and we realized we weren't helpless. We were able to put our faith in things that are good, and many followed your example and volunteered to help. In the wake of the terror attacks, the question was asked, why? Why such evil? While that question may never be answered satisfactorily, another question arises from the smoke of destruction and loss at Ground Zero, the Pentagon, and Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Why were so many people rushing into the fray to help? That question, thankfully, can be answered. First responders and volunteers embody America's best ideals. By training to help others, by sacrificing to protect your fellow citizens, by remaining vigilant against assaults on our freedom, you quietly and anonymously ensure that Americans can pursue the dreams that this great country offers all her citizens. In the darkest hour of this tragedy, it was you who gave us hope. We gathered here this evening at Sherwood Island State Park at Connecticut's 9/11 Living Memorial to say thank you for what you did 10 years ago and to say thank you for what you continue to do every day. Before I finish, I'd like to impose on your anonymity just briefly. As we at the U.S. Attorney's Office worked on this event, a number of us gathered names of first responders, of Connecticut's 9/11 first responders and volunteers. It was not an easy task because there was no central list of who responded. We had help along the way. We visited the Connecticut Historical Society's exhibit, 9/11, Connecticut Responds and Reflects. on display in Hartford and Fairfield right now. And we read an article on the exhibit by Ann Guernsey, who's here tonight, in the magazine Connecticut Explorer. We also read individual stories in the newspapers from many of your hometowns, incredible stories, and learned also by word of mouth from many of you, hearing about others who assisted. As a result of our collective research, we were able to reach out to many of you who are here tonight. What I'd like to do now is introduce you by the names of your departments, agencies, or offices, and I apologize in advance for any that we've missed. If you would please do us the honor of standing as your department's name is read, and remain standing so we can thank you all together. The Bantam Fire Department, the Bethel Police Department, the Bridgeport Fire Department, the Bristol Police Department, the Connecticut Region of the American Red Cross, the Connecticut State Police, the Danbury Police, the East Haven Fire Department, Fairfield Fire, EMS, and Police Departments, Greenwich Red Cross, Fire, and EMS, Hamden Police, Madison Police, and in Madison, Garrity Industries, Milford Police, New Britain Salvation Army, New Canaan EMS, New Canaan Ambulance, New Fairfield Fire Department, New Haven Fire Department, North Branford Fire Department, Norwich Police and Fire Departments and Norwich Ambulance, Plainfield Police Department, Reading Ridge Fire Department and EMS, Ridgefield Fire Department and Police Departments, Stamford Fire Department, Suffield Fire Department, United States Attorney's Office, United Way of Connecticut, West Hartford Police Department, West Haven Fire Department, Westport Fire Police and EMS Departments, West Reading Fire Department, and Wilton Fire and Police Departments, and any others that I missed. Please stand, and we thank you.